Okay, good evening all. It's just hit 11 o'clock on the Gold Coast, and I think it's midnight in the other states. I haven't spoken for a while. It's not that I don't want to talk, but and it's got nothing to do with the results. It's just I've been so busy. Um, what what everyone doesn't, I know a lot of people do get it, but there's a lot of work that goes in the background to send out all these sheets. And, I'm forever doing reports, testing, as I've told most of you that it's taken me many years to get to where I am at the moment. And, it hasn't happened overnight, and there's a lot of work that goes in this. And there's now four of us involved in this pretty much full time. I've got pretty much a full-time programmer, and there's myself, and then there's John, and there's Danielle, and there's Tamara. So there's a lot that goes into these sheets, but I just want to make sure that everybody's not panicking, and not, I know it hasn't been great. The month of February has been pretty poor for our standards. But I showed the owner of Winning Edge, Dean, some reports today. At the moment, there are a lot of favourites that are winning, like a hell of a lot. We're up at 50%. The graphs are through the roof for them, and this is a service that does not take on that does not back favourites. We do when we need to, but we avoid them like there's no tomorrow. I just don't back them. If they can be beaten, then we take them on. But when they do win, you're seeing the outcome. Now, there are guys that have been with me for a few years. There are guys that have been with me for 6 months. There are guys that have been with me for a year. They have seen this thing happen many times. Again, it's never ideal. The last thing I want is everybody to lose. But we are not a service that backs favourites. 33% of favourites win. At the moment, I've got a report that's telling me they're up to 50%. Now, that's diabolical for us. Absolutely diabolical. But I will say one thing. Don't think there are people out there that are making money on this. I speak to a lot of people. There's not many that are making money back. You cannot back favourites at $1.60 continuously, or $1.80 or $2.50 and make profit. It's just near enough impossible. Members, repeatedly said this many times. I have done this for so many years, and backing favourites like that is the first and the quickest way to the poorhouse. I spoke to a member tonight for about 40 minutes, and I explained to him I would rather die. All right, I'd rather go down in a blaze of glory backing horses at $10, $12 than lose my money backing horses at $1.60. Can you imagine every time you put a bet on that you got a horse going for $1.80, $1.90, $2, and these things get rolled? Whilst I was on the phone to him, there was a horse at $1.55 in the Sunshine Coast. All right, now I aborted the Sunshine Coast, and whilst I was on the phone to him, all right, one of our horses that was on the sheet beat it at 12-1. This is happening regularly, but it's not happening regularly enough at the moment. All right, we won almost 350 units in January. You think that winning 350 units, it's not something that many people can do, but we do it regularly. At the moment, we've just given some of them back. All right. Now, what I've tried to do over the last week and a half is try to stem the flow. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it all day, every day. But please don't panic. Again, all right, come back and see me in a year. I know right now you feel like this is just the worst. This is horrible. But this is the mental strength. This is the mental thing. You need to be in a state of mind and say, right, we're just going through a bad patch. You go to anyone else, or you go thinking there's other people out there that are winning money because they're backing these favourites. They're not. Trust me, I speak to a lot of people and full-time pro punters. Okay? Not pro tippers or pro punters. They're not winning. Prices are not available at the moment. Now, we are not getting beaten by, as I told one of the members tonight, I would be panicking excessively if we were getting beaten by 10, 12, 11, 8, 9 to 1 shots all the time. If that was happening, yes, I'd be panicking. I'd be extremely panicking. All right, this is our target zone. All right, this is where we're at. Please, just hang in there. Now today, okay, you saw what happened today at Benalla. Benalla was another day. We'll forget about race 1, okay? Race 2, you know, I think we had the winner. No, we didn't have the winner in race 2, but you could see that we didn't have anything in race 4, but you could see it was pretty much tit for tat all day. A favourite would win, and that's pretty much what the data tells me. It's 50%. All right, we're still operating at 50%. Okay, we got Jet Jackson, and they came back, and it's just it was one of those you know, boring days. They won, we won. I came out square. End of discussion. Look what's winning, members. $3.20. We were second to that. Have a look what's winning. It's not anything that I'm overly concerned about. The only thing that I'm concerned about is people panicking and people not being aware of how this system operates. All right, you know, like you could see here, race 7, we had the winner. Okay, the favourite got rolled, and then in the next race after that, again, second. It was just one of those days. All right, that was Benalla was a break-even day. All right, and then we go over to the Sunshine Coast. Now, the Sunshine Coast. The reason why I'm going to go over the Sunshine Coast is also to make everybody aware that, look, I don't bet on soft 7 tracks. I got asked this several times today. Why? All right. Now, when I've done the analysis on soft anywhere between soft 6, soft 7, there's so many variances in the tracks. Okay, now what I do is, you know, for those that are new, I rate tracks. Okay, I'm not interested in rating horses. I rate tracks, and then I work out the horse's performance on that track, and that's how I skin my cat. All right, and you can see here that despite the fact that I aborted the meeting, this meeting actually went well. So again, sometimes I might abort a meeting based on I'm an analysis. All right, that's what I do. I look at everything and I perform analysis. It's late at night, but anyway, what I do is I just sit around and I just do report after report after report. Sometimes I'm over-reported out. Now, if you feel like that you want to have a bet, okay, have a bet. Don't be obsessed with the results on the website. Your results are your own betting bank. Okay? Now tonight, you can see here, we got the first winner up. We only had I think 2 picks or 3 picks. Alright? But you could see here that the only thing that beats us most of the time is these favourites. There's another winner. Alright? But also I want to show you that just because you back winners, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to make money. You know what I mean? We got a winner there. I mean, you're 3 from 3, but you haven't made that many units. Okay? Look, $1.75, second favourite. Whoopie doo dah. Not interested in them. All right? And this is what happens on these tracks. You get these favourites or the second favourites, etc., etc. And this is what happens. All right? And you can see here that the night itself, it actually panned out to be, you know, had we stuck there and bet there, it wouldn't have been a bad night. But again, I'm one of those guys I'm one of those punters that I'm not interested in these runners because all they are is just turnover. Now, when we do need them, okay, they get up and they win. But just with sometimes when I abort a meeting, sometimes it could be my frame of mind at that particular point in time. I don't want to bet in this race. The data, again, as I said, I'm probably over-dated out. I'm over-reported out. But you can see here, there's nothing that's winning that's a big price. Okay, we're not getting beaten by big price runners. Occasionally we have been in the last week or so, but nothing, I mean, we're talking a rarity that we don't have it on the sheet. All right, I mean, you know, we didn't have that Blue Odyssey, but then we go to the next race. I think we got the last 3 winners here. Okay, no, we don't think we had Uncomplicated. Is it there? Don't know. But what the point I'm saying is that sometimes, you know, I might look at a meeting and I go, look, I don't like it. Okay, if you want to bet, have a bet. Okay, this is the one that I was on the phone to a member. And, you know, look at this, $1.65, and we had it. We had the winner here. Okay, and then obviously the very next race, as always, I'm pretty sure the favourite won here. I'm pretty sure. Okay. No, it actually didn't. But you could see here, and that's a rarity for me, because I'm like, when that thing crossed the line, I thought, well, how come I didn't have that on the sheet? It didn't rate. It was just one of those things. But you can see they do get beaten. There is no money at the moment. As I said, it seems like, and we have had countless seconds. Like I'm up to like 123 myself. But this is the nature of the beast. I expect it. I'm way over that. Oh well. You're going to happen when 33% of favourites have been winning since Jesus rode for Jerusalem. You're going to get it. All right? Trust me, I can't stand seconds more than anyone. I mean, I want to smash the screen sometimes, but, you know, I get over it in 30 seconds, or sometimes a minute, or sometimes 2 minutes. But yeah. And you can see here, you know, again, a sheet that was sent out. I was pretty confident with this meeting, you know, this Canberra meeting. I thought, well, you know, I'm going to have a crack at it. We had a crack at it. And it was a fairly decent. Now, I want to just quickly go over this particular meeting, and I'm pretty sure, all right, I'm hoping everyone did what they were meant to do here, all right. Now, if you didn't, there's going to be a difference in what the results are showing. Now, in race 1, what do we have here? Well, we got the sub runner, so you know we obviously had to drop a runner. I think we had to drop number 4. That's right, and we got the sub runner, which was good, you know. And then I think we got the second race. I think I passed. What did we get? Race 2. No, we got the winner. That's right, we got the winner. This was the one that nearly gave me a heart attack, where it veered off the track. But, you know, you could see here, again, we're beating these favourites. You know, there's 2 here, there's the 7 and the 9. There is just no money backing them. You might think so at the moment, all right? It's just, look, you've got to get your mind so focused, and you've got to get your mind so heavily away from it. I know losing is a killer, all right? Members, trust me when I say this. Please, I can't emphasise this enough. Just because you see these horses that are winning, don't think there are people out there that are making all this money. They're not. The prices tell you that. Okay? Now, I've done reports and said if we backed every runner from $1.50 to $2.50 over the last 2 weeks, we would be in the negative. Okay? It just seems like that because we're hypersensitive at the moment. As Tom tells me all the time, we're like, oh my God, everything that we get second to, we just got a little bit calmed down. Look, I'm an emotional punter, all right? Now, there are guys out there that say, oh, no, you've got to be... No, I'm not. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not, all right? Trust me, if I could send some of the... say some of the things over text, I would, but at the end of the day, I am fairly still calm, all right? I get over it fairly quickly, all right? And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to just stop the flow a little bit, and you know, try to isolate. That's why I've been monitoring a lot. Now, I think it was race 3. I think a favourite one, yeah. Well, I was actually going to pass on this race, but interesting enough, I was on the phone. I should have passed because the markets, when I see this across the board, I don't like it. And I've got something in my database that also gives me live feeds. So when I see this across the board, I don't like. I'll pretty much abort, but unfortunately. But again, we got second to that. You know, I mean, look at this thing. We had this thing Tycoon Louis rated at 989. Okay, we got second to it. You know, let it win. So what? But these are the big fill-ups. This is what we want. I mean, I've gone over this. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that this is. And look, and then the very next race, the $1.50 horse wins. Again, there's no money in these runners. Okay, but this is the race that I wanted to go over. All right, I just want to make sure that everybody did what they were meant to do here. Now, in this particular race, all right, we had Jack the Brumby, actually, was it race 5? Sorry, just quickly go back. Now, I'm hoping everybody did what they were meant to do here. Now, this was a pot of 68%. Okay, bear in mind 68%. We're right now on the fringe. Now, we got the 1 matched. Okay, now the 6, all right, very important here. The 6 never hit $4.33. Now, I tried to make case for it at $4, but the only time it hit $4, the only time, okay, realistically, was right on the death. Most of the corps had this thing at 380, 370. I couldn't get it. All right, so I had no choice but to drop it. And again, members, all right, it's your call. If you want, now I made case for it at 380, but when I dropped it to 380, the pot went down to 58%. That's a no-no. That means now we're looking for the bet. Now, what I did in this particular race, I actually dropped it. And if it won, bad luck. All right, and this is where we get the big fill-ups. Don't be scared to do it. At the moment, again, we're all hypersensitive. We're all freaking out because, oh, look, we're down 50 units or 60 units. Members, we won 350 units in January. Think about it. Now, maybe most of you didn't win 300 units. The system can pick up big units fast. All right? Sure, we've been bleeding. Big deal. We're just giving some of it back. All right, now what the play should have been then was, there's 2 things. Drop the 6, which is what I did, okay? And then load up on the runners and away we go. That was a massive fill-up. Because across the board here, now, like I say, forget about the $4 you see right to death. What you need to start looking at is 10, 15 minutes out. And the last call was like, I mean, realistically, the last call, this thingy was $3.90. All right, there was 420 around, like early on. You know, we could start stretching it at 20 minutes to go, but I didn't see it. All right, now remember, I'm doing this pretty fast, and I've got things flying around everywhere. Look at most of the corps. You have a look. I don't see there's 370. Like I said, there was $4 around for, but if I dropped it down to $4, it's 60%. Now, when you got a pot that size. Okay, again, there's been instances where we've had a pot of 60% and we've taken, a horse rate at 430 or 440, $4. We might get 59, okay? But this was a 50-50 call. I'm hoping everybody dropped the 6. If you didn't, no big deal, all right? Because I can see where everybody's minds are at. They're probably not sure at the moment. Any win's a good win. No, just stick to the system. All right, it's the size of the pot that is the big one for us. We need to always remember that. Had that pot been 75%, I would have taken 360, no problem. I don't care. All right, but it wasn't. It was 68%. That's why it's rated at that price for a reason. It's a fine line. Again, race 6 we didn't get anything. Race 7, more favourites are winning. We couldn't get price on this. Again, we're not getting beaten by. What do you call it? And this is what's happening again. When we launched, this was the same thing that was happening. We're taking on our data. Okay, so we just need to be a little bit wary of this. So this is what's happening. So again, then we got the winner in race 8. I think. Yeah, Outback Diva again. You know what I mean? Look, there you go. There's 75% there. All right. You could take 420. You can take $4 because you got movement. All right. There was $5 around. I sent a message on it. Blah blah blah, and I passed in the last race. Whatever. All right. So it was a fairly good day. I think it was like 13 units there. All right. So again, now Moonee Valley. All right. Let's quickly look at Moonee Valley, and I'll look at Sydney. Moonee Valley was a funny one. All right. The data, when I looked at it. I looked at this meeting actually last night, all right, and then I obviously finalised it. When I did look at this meeting last night, I saw things that I didn't like. I saw too many of these, and I thought, wow, like every race we were taking on, these short price. Now, this was a bit stiff, this race. It's the only winner of the night. I think it was only 2 winners of the night that came from behind, and this one happened to be nail us on the line. But sometimes it's my core because I look at numbers. Now I get it right and I get it wrong. All right, you have to trust me sometimes. Again, I've passed on a lot of races this week and they were correct. All right, Victoria at the moment is down. I'm aware of it. For anyone that's just fully subscribing to Victoria, it's not the best at the moment, and a lot of favourites are winning. Like, they are through the roof at the moment. I think they're up to 45%. So we're getting, again, beaten. And a lot of these horses are actually on the sheet. All right, but we just can't. We're not taking them. Like, again, we look at this. Okay, race 2. Okay, we got a horse rated at 856. Now, when we're flying, may we get these winners. We do. If we're all fair dinkum, we get them. Look, we get beaten again by the favourite. So and it just seems to be never ending at the moment. Again, race 3. Okay, had the winner, couldn't take its price. All right, it's just one of those things that's just happening at the moment. And it's just absolutely... Now, this was race 4, all right? This bothered me a lot. I was really, really... Now, sorry, this is the race, so this is the favourite, okay? But again, you're seeing, and this is what I was seeing tonight. I saw a lot of this, and I thought this is going to be a difficult night if these horses win, all right? And that's why after race 4, I just thought, you know what? We're down 13, 12 units, wherever we are, okay? I looked ahead and I thought, how many more of these are we taking on? Again, and then the very next race after I boarded, the favourite one again. And I thought, oh, okay, well, it was a great call. So hindsight's a wonderful thing, okay? Then after that, I think we got the last 3 winners. And had we kept going, all right? Now, I know how things turn so fast. I've seen it. I see it all the time. I see it in South Africa. I see it in New Zealand. I see it all over the world. Things turn. I didn't like tonight's meeting, and that's all it was. Now, what I should have done tonight was just send the sheet out and just completely abort. The sheets did come back. I worked it out. We probably would have won, maybe lost 3 or 4 units as opposed to 11. These are the calls that I make. I have to live by them. End of discussion. Now, I'm not asking you, if you want to keep betting, knock yourselves out. All right? Again, I look at data all the time. Now, I think we had this winner here, the next, but we wouldn't have got price anyway. So, and this is what's happening a lot as well. So I consider that a favourite. And I'll tell you what, this Jamie Carr, she has murdered us. I thought, fair is fair. She's absolutely destroyed us. Look, there's a thing in racing, or what I look at all the time. There's no reason, there's no nothing. The numbers don't back it up. But there are certain trainers and jockeys that just seem to keep winning. And they win all the time on horses without any figures, without no rhyme or reason. They just win. She's in that category. Darren Weir used to be the same. Well, we know what happened to Darren Weir. A couple of other trainers, they just have these horses that just come out. They have no rating, but they just come out and win. And that's what Jamie Carr's doing at the moment. This horse actually rated. It was actually one of the top picks, but we wouldn't have been able to get price. So basically, okay, we've only realistically missed out on 2 winners all night. And, there wasn't enough for me to be concerned, had we come back. So what I need to do is, if I don't like the meeting completely, don't send it. Now, we got the last winner. We didn't get that big of a price. But yeah, and you can see here that this has been a pattern for the last 4 or 5, maybe a week, where it's just up and down. Now, Canterbury Park was an interesting meeting. Again, these heavy 8... Now, Canterbury's a funny track. I didn't think it was going to be a heavy, and I still don't think it was a heavy. When I'm going to do the numbers, I'll probably do the numbers over the weekend and I'll have a look at it. But again, you see what happens on these tracks. Now, we got the first winner, I think. We didn't get the first... Well, we did, because had you actually followed the rules, you should have taken the first winner, because you had to drop number 12. Number 12 never got price. All right, and you can see here that the sheet actually performed quite well, But look at this, $1.40. Like, are you serious? Who's making money on these? Who? And if you want to back these runners, you don't need me. You don't need anyone. Just go ahead and back them. All right, but just let me be your bookie. That's all. Please, just give me your phone number, and I'll let me be your bookie, because you ain't going to be winning much. All right, and I'll take those bets on all day, every day. All right, hang in there, guys. Please hang in there. All right, I know it's tough. I know mentally right now you're probably thinking, "Oh, this is just another scam, another." It's not. All right, this is how it goes. All right, I speak to a lot of people. It's just look at this, another favourite. This is what happens on these tracks. The markets are pretty spot on when it comes to these type of tracks. All right, and look at this, $1.85. So you've had 4 races down. You've got $1.40. $2.80, okay, $1, and then your 4 races, then you got $1.85. You know, again, I don't know anyone that's making money on backing these horses. They might be singly. Now look at this. Then you'll see a strange thing. Again, look at this. We had a horse rated at $4.24. They paid $11. Look at that, $12 bet 365. Again, they can't keep winning. When they have a losing spree, trust me, that's when we make it 200 units. All right, and we can make it in a week, not in a day, not in a month. We can make it in a week. All right, and all these losses will go away. All right, you'll be all distant. You know, again, I'm not talking it up. I know I've been through this so many times. It's not funny. I just shrug my shoulders. Yeah, of course I get cranky. Of course I'm going to get upset. Who wouldn't? You know, I think what happened here in this race here, Benalla, it would have been a bet because we had Silent Agenda as a subby. Benalla didn't win, so you can see that the sheets can win on heavy tracks, all right. But at the moment, we're just a little bit sensitive. I was actually going to bet on this meeting. I thought this track's not, because this track dries up. Now look at that. They started the track as a heavy 8 and went to a soft 6. This is what Canterbury does. Now look at this. Look at this. So the 2 biggest price winners of the night, all right, were on the sheet. Now you're going to go, oh, well, that's no good to us. You aborted the meeting. Just because I aborted the meeting doesn't mean that you can bet. If I just follow data, all right, and the data tells me sometimes, hey, listen, stay away. And tonight would have been a really good night had we bet at Canterbury. I pulled the wrong rein. I should have boarded. But it happens. But there are so many other times where I pull the right rein. It's not funny. Now, when you're doing multiple sheets, this is what happens. And I think race 8. What happened in race 8? Back to what usually would happen. A favourite wins. So you got the last 3 races we got up, or I think there was 4 or whatever it was. All right, and it happens. And this is what I want a bit. Okay, trust the system. Okay, I have a lot of good people around me. All right, we will bounce back. All right, if you think you're uncomfortable at the moment, if you're bleeding too much money, go 1/4 stake. You don't always have to bet full stake. If you feel like this is just getting way too much, stop. Okay, sit back a little bit, stop a little bit, have a break. But I assure you, members, all right, I assure you of one thing: we will come back, and we will come back with such a bang they won't know what hit them. Okay, so chin up, all right. You know, I'm not Winston Churchill here just trying to prep these up because, you know, I know what this system can do, all right. We are a winning system. That's what we're here to do. Everybody is here to try to win. All right? We're going for a bad patch. That's all it is. Like I said, if you feel like at the moment that it's just all too much, back off. Calm down a little bit. All right? It's punting. All right? It's never meant to be easy, members. Okay? Tomorrow will be a fairly easy day. There's a lot of tracks I'm not doing because of the wet weather, so hopefully we'll have a big day. Thanks, guys.